Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the financial markets and why financial market is so important and what's its role in and its contribution in our economy. So starting with the very basics, financial market refers broadly to any marketplace where the trading of securities occur, including the stock markets, bond markets, forex markets and derivative markets. Financial markets are vital to the smooth operation of the capitalist economies. Yes, financial market is the backbone for any of the economy that we see. It may be a capitalist economy, it may be a socialist economy, though financial market is everywhere. You cannot say that somewhere it is needed, somewhere it's not. So you can see on the chart that is there that financial markets are divided into unorganized markets and organized markets. Organized markets are divided into capital market and money market. And capital market is further divided into industrial securities market, government securities market, long-term loans market, and money market is divided into call money market, commercial bill market, treasury bill market, short-term loans market. Further, in further classification, when we go to the capital market, the industrial securities market is further divided into primary market and secondary market. So what is primary market? We all know that primary market constitutes of the IPO, the issue market, the primary market, which is popularly known as, where a company issues its share for the very first time or securities for the very first time, and it belongs to the primary market. And secondary market is place where second-hand securities, as soon as you get the shares in your demat account or the primary account, from there when you want to sell that thing, that securities in market, then it becomes the part of secondary market. Secondary market is will be discussed in the separate video, where we will see that how security market works. Then coming on to the long-term loan market, it is divided into long-term loan market, term loan market, market to market mortgages, and market for financial guarantees. The unorganized market is basically constitutes of the money lenders, indigenous bankers, etc. They are people who are giving money or lending money and asking for interest. The interest is normally higher than the bank rates. They charge higher bank rates, and they give from short term to long term loans. And we can see that normally the chances of exploitation is more there. So coming on to the functions of the markets. What are the functions? So first function is the money markets put savings into more productive use. Just as mentioned in the example of that there are a lot of money that is pooled and that is through financial market, it is reaching to the place where it is needed the most. For example, saving of a person, a saving account of a person, their money is there in the account idly. It's not doing anything for him. Bank is having that money, but what does bank do? It does when your bank is giving you interest, certain interest. For example, saving account is right now giving you 4 to 5% interest. Then obviously it is expediting that money somewhere, and from there whatever revenue it is getting, it is rewarding small part of that revenue as an interest to the shareholders. So we can see that financial market provides and plays the role of an intermediary, which allows money to flow from where it is to the place where it is needed. So the second function is it determines the price of the security. Investor aims to make profit from their securities because that is the primary motive of every investor. However, unlike goods and services whose price is determined by the law of supply and demand, price of securities are divided by financial markets. The forces that are there in the financial market are more than just demand and supply. Then the third function we may take as it makes financial assets liquid. Yes, buyers and sellers can decide to trade their securities anytime. They can use financial markets to sell their securities or make investments as they decide. The next is it lowers the cost of transaction. In the financial market, various types of information regarding securities can be acquired without the need of spending. So, obviously, financial market is a place which is providing you with the avenue of investing, providing some kind of liquidity in the market. Moving on, the structure of the securities market. There we can see that security market is divided into industrial securities market and government securities market. The industrial securities market is divided into new issue market and secondary market. So further, secondary market is divided into organized stock exchanges and over-the-counter market. Organized stock exchanges are divided into bonds, equities, preference shares, and in the government securities market we can see the over-the-counter market is there, and which is dealing with the new issue market and secondary market. Now, as we have seen the classifications, now we will move on to the industrial securities. What is industrial security? The industrial securities market refers to the market for shares and bonds for the existing companies as well as those of the new companies. This market is further divided into new issue market and old issue market. The new issue market is also called primary market. It constitutes the part of primary market. Likewise, the old issue market belongs under the secondary market section, just all stock exchange. However, it is important to emphasize that the new issue market and stock exchanges are interlinked and works in conjunction with each other. Although they differ from each to other in the sense that new issue market deals with the new securities issued for the very first time to the public, and the stock exchange deals with those securities which have already been issued once to the public. What are the government securities market? The term gilt-edged means the best quality. Since government securities are of the best quality in the sense of liquidity and 0 degree of the risk of default, so these are called gilt-edged securities. In the gilt-edged market, the securities of the government of India and the state government are traded in. The securities guaranteed by the government are also traded in this market. The importance of government securities market, that is gilt-edged market, as a segment of this capital market emanates from the fact that this market provides a mechanism for the management of public debt and opens market operation to the Reserve Bank of India. It is therefore imperative to emphasize that this market has a strong bearing on the formulation of the fiscal policy of the Government of India and the monetary policy of RBIs. The gilt-edged market has two segments: treasury bill market and government bond market. Now, as we know that the securities issued by the central government, state government, semi-government authorities like city corporation, port trust, etc. constitute the part of government securities. The Improvement Trust, State Electricity Board, all India and state level financial institutions and public sector enterprises are dealt in this manner. Government securities are issued in denomination of hundreds. Interest is payable half yearly and they carry tax exemptions also. The role of broker in marketing these securities is practically very limited, and the major participant in this market is the commercial banks, because they hold a very substantial portion of these securities to satisfy their SLR requirements. The secondary market for these securities is a is a narrow sense. Most of the institutional investors tends to retain these securities until maturity. The government securities are in many forms. These are generally first the stock certificates or inscribed stock. Second is the promissory notes. Third is the bearer bonds, which can be discounted. The government securities are sold through the public debt office of the RBI, while treasury bills, short-term securities are sold through auction. Government securities offer a good source of raising inexpensive finance for the government exchequers, and the interest on these securities influences the prices and the yields in this market. Hence, this market also plays a vital role in monetary management. Now we move on to the long-term loan market. What is long-term loan market? It is a form of debt that is paid off over an extended time frame that exceeds 1 year in duration. Obtaining a long-term loan provides a business with working capital that it can use to purchase assets, inventory or equipment, which can be used to these additional incomes for the businesses. Long-term loans normally, say development banks, commercial banks, they play a very important role in this market by supplying long-term loans to the corporate customers. Long-term loans market may further be classified into the long-term loan market, the term loan market, the mortgage market, and the financial guarantee market. What is what is term loan market in India? What is term loan market in India? Many industrial financing institutions have been created by the government, both at national and regional levels, to supply long-term and medium-term loans to corporate customers, directly as well as indirectly. These development banks dominates the industrial finance in India. Institutions like RBI, IFCI, and other state financial corporations come under this category. These institutions meet the growing and the varied long-term financial requirements of industries by supplying long-term loans. They also help in identifying the investment opportunities, encourages new entrepreneurs, and supports modernization efforts. Now, moving on to the mortgage market. The primary mortgage market is the market where borrowers can obtain a mortgage loan from a primary lender. Banks, mortgage brokers, mortgage bankers, and credit unions are all primary lenders and are part of primary mortgage market. The mortgage market refers to those centers which supply mortgage loan mainly to the individual customers. A mortgage loan is a loan against the securities of immovable properties like real estate. The transfer of interest in specific immovable property to secure a loan is called mortgage. This mortgage may be equitable mortgage or a legal one. Again, it may be a first charge or second charge. Equitable mortgage is created by mere deposit of titles, deeds to properties as securities. Whereas in the case of legal mortgage, the title in the property is legally transferred to the lender by the borrower. Legal mortgage is less riskier. Similarly, in the first charge, the mortgager transfers his interest in the specific property to the mortgagee as security. When the property in question is already mortgaged once to another creditor, it becomes a second charge when it is subsequently mortgaged to somebody else. The mortgagee can also further transfer his interest in the mortgaged property to another. In such a case, it is called a sub-mortgage. The mortgage market may have primary market as well as secondary market. The primary market consists of original extension of credit, and secondary market has sales and resale of existing mortgage at prevailing prices. In India, residential mortgage are most common ones. The Housing and Urban Development Corporation (HUDCO) and the LIC play a dominant role in financing residential projects. Besides, the land development banks and provides a cheap mortgage loan for the development of lands, purchase of equipment, etc. These development banks raise finance through the sale of debentures, which are treated as trustee securities. Now we move on to the financial guarantee. A financial guarantee is a contract by a third party, that is called guarantor, to back the debt of a second party, that is the creator, for its payments to the ultimate debt holder, that is investor. Some examples include a large corporation, the creditors, borrowing a significant amount of money from the market backed by a guarantee from a long insurance company, which is called the guarantor. A guarantee market is a center where finance is provided against the guarantee of a reputed person in the financial circle. Guarantee is a contract to discharge the liability of a third party in case of his default. The guarantee acts as security from the creditor's point of view. In case the borrower fails to repay the loan, the liability falls on the shoulder of the guarantor. Hence, the guarantor must be known to both the borrower and the lender, and he may have means to discharge his liabilities. If someone does not has any creditworthiness, he cannot become a guarantor. That's the whole point. Though there are many types of guarantees, the common forms are: first, the performance guarantee; second, the financial guarantee. The performance guarantee covers the payment of earnest money, retention money, advance payment, non-compliance of contracts, etc. On the other hand, financial guarantee covers only financial contracts. In India, the market for financial guarantee is well organized. The financial guarantee in India relates to: first, the deferred payment for imports and exports; medium and long-term loan raised abroad; loans advanced by banks and other financial institutions. These guarantees are provided mainly by commercial banks, development banks, government, both central and state, and other specialized guarantee institutions like ECGC, which is Export Credit Guarantee Corporation, and DICGC, which is Deposits Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporations. This guarantee financial service is available to both individual and corporate customers for smooth functioning of any financial system. This guarantee service is absolutely essential. Though there are many types of the guarantees, the common forms are the performance guarantee and the financial guarantee. We have already discussed this. So now we are moving on to the call money. What is call money? The call money, also known as money at call, in a short-term financial loan that is payable to immediately and in full when the lender demands it, unlike a term loan which has a set maturity and a payment schedule. Call money does not have to follow a fixed schedule, nor does the lender have to provide any advance notice of repayment. The call money market is a market for extremely short period loan, say 1 day to 14 days. So it is highly liquid. The loans are repayable on demand at the option of either the lender or the borrower. In India, call money market are associated with the presence of stock exchanges, and hence they are located in major industrial towns like Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Delhi, Ahmedabad, etc. The special feature of this market is that the interest rate varies from day to day and even from hour to hour, and center to center even. It is very sensitive to change the demand and supply of call loans. Now we move on to the bill market. A bill market refers to the market for short-term bill, generally for 3 months maturity. A bill is a promise to pay a specialized amount by the borrower, that is called the drawer, to the creditor, drawee. Bills are of 3 types. A. Bills of exchange or commercial bill used to finance trade, most common one. The second one is finance bill or the promissory notes, and third one is treasury bill used to meet temporarily financial need to the government. These bills may be bought and sold in the discount market, which consists of commercial banks, discount houses, and other institutions. Now, what is commercial bill? The commercial bill, it is a market for bill of exchange arising out of genuine trade transactions. In the case of credit sales, the seller may draw a bill of exchange on the buyer. The buyer accepts such a bill, promising to pay at a later date the amount specified in the bill. The seller need not wait until the due date of the bill. Instead, he can get immediate payment by discounting the bill. In India, the bill market is underdeveloped. The RBI has taken many steps to develop a sound bill market. The RBI has enlarged the list of participants in the bill market. The Discount and Finance House of the India was set up in 1988 to promote secondary market in bills. In spite of all these, the growth of bill market is slow in India. There are no specialized agencies for discounting bills. The commercial banks play a significant role in this market. Going on to the treasury bill market. It is a market for treasury bill which have short-term maturity. A treasury bill is a promissory note or a finance bill issued by government. It is highly liquid because the repayment is guaranteed by the government. It is an important instrument for short-term borrowings of the government. There are two types of treasury bills, namely ordinary or regular, and the second one is ad hoc treasury bill, popularly known as ad hocs. Ordinary treasury bills are issued to the public, banks, and other financial institutions with a view to raise resources from the central government to meet its short-term financial needs. Ad hoc treasury bills are issued in favor of the RBI only. They are not sold through tender or auction. They can be purchased by the RBI only. Ad hocs are not marketable in India, but holders of these bills can sell them back to RBI. Treasury bills have maturity periods of 91 days or 182 days or 364 days only. Financial intermediaries can park their temporary surplus in these instruments and earn profit. Now moving on to the short-term loan market. A short-term loan market is a type of loan that is obtained to support a temporary personal or business capital need. As it is type of credit, it involves a borrowed capital amount and interest that needs to be paid by a given due date, which is usually within a year from getting the loan. Short-term loan market is a market where short-term loans are given to corporate customers for meeting their working capital requirement. Commercial banks play a significant role in this market. Commercial banks provide short-term loan in the form of cash credit and overdraft. Overdraft facility is mainly given to business people, whereas cash credit is given to industrialists. Overdraft is purely a temporary accommodation and it is given in the current account itself. But cash credit is for a period of 1 year and it is sanctioned in a separate account. Now we can see that how structure of Indian financial system is in India. Ministry of Finance is divided into is basically operating and regulating financial market through two of its major regulatory bodies. The first one is the RBI and the second one is SEBI. RBI is dealing with the financial investment in financial intermediaries, commercial banks, primary market, non-banking financial companies, whereas SEBI is dealing with the mutual funds, the venture capital funds, the capital market. Under RBI's control, there are term finance in financial in the financial institution. There is a term finance. there is sectoral finance, there is investment corporation, there is state level corporation. These are under the financial institution which is governed by the RBI. Then commercial banks like public sector banks, private sector banks, cooperative banks, regional rural banks, foreign banks, etc. are regulated by RBI through commercial banks. Then the non-banking financial companies are like hire purchase companies, leasing companies, investment companies, etc. are governed by RBI. Now under SEBI we can see that the capital market has the varied extension, where it's stock exchanges, stock brokers, sub brokers, depositories and depositories participants, foreign institutional investors, underwriters, custodians, merchant bankers, etc. are all governed by SEBI, and they have to register themselves to SEBI in order to operate in the secondary or capital market. And every rules and regulation are laid down by SEBI through which they are controlled and governed. So this is all that we have covered under this financial market segment. We will see you in next video for our next topic. Thank you so much.